Hi guys, welcome to Data Trading channel. In this video I want to talk about an amazing TradingView indicator that shows the future of the price. Surprisingly, it's very accurate. I want to show you this new and free indicator that tries to predict the exact future of price by looking at its history. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video to help us keep creating these videos. Let's open TradingView and add the indicator to the chart. In the Indicator Search tab, search for the Echo indicator. Select the indicator by Lux algo and add it to the chart. This indicator uses a simple time series forecasting method derived from the similarity between recent prices and similar or dissimilar historical prices. This method originally assumes that future prices can be estimated from a historical series of observations. They are most similar to the most recent price variations. This similarity is quantified using the correlation coefficient. Such an assumption can prove to be relatively effective with the forecasting of a periodic time series. In the indicator settings, we have an evaluation window, forecast mode, forecast construction, and source. Forecast window determines the forecasting horizon. Forecast mode determines whether to choose historical series similar or dissimilar to the recent price observations. And forecast construction determines how the forecast is constructed: cumulative, mean, or linear. And at the end, source, which allows us to choose the source input of the forecast. As I said, this indicator can be used to forecast future trends, but also it can to indicate which historical variations have the highest degree of similarity or dissimilarity between the observations in the orange zone. As you can see here, the forecasting window determines the price segment with orange color to be used as a reference for the search of the most similar or dissimilar historical price segment with green color within the gray area. The gray area is the total evaluation zone. Then the green area shows you the most similar part within this gray area when comparing it with the orange reference area. Due to the nature of this method, I highly recommend applying it to a determined and periodic series. In these photos, you can see results for these two types. Now come with me to check out its performance for buy position. Here, the indicator is predicting that the price will rise. Then we should enter into a buy position. Let's place the stop loss and set a 1.5 times risk to reward ratio. Now let's check the result. But for sell position, as you see, the indicator is predicting downtrend price. So let's enter into a sell position, place the stop loss at the recent swing high and target a 1.5 times risk to reward ratio. Now we can check this. As a rule for all indicators, it's best to use it with other matching indicators, know how to interpret them together and get more accurate results. First, Search for the SSL hybrid indicator, select the indicator made by Mikkel. For the second indicator, search for the volume oscillator by TradingView. Go to SSL hybrid indicator settings and select the inputs tab. Change the baseline length to 300 and change the baseline type to MACD, which is a type of moving average. Now in style settings, uncheck all the checkboxes except bar color and MA baseline checkbox. SSL hybrid is the trend direction indicator, then you can filter out trades against the greater trend. And by volume oscillator indicator, we identify pairs with high amount of volume, then we can filter out ranging and sideways markets. And lastly, we will be using the echo forecast indicator as the entry signal to know exactly when to enter into a position. Now let's use our knowledge in a trade. To enter into a long position, we need these conditions. 1. The price must be touching the top of the forecast window. 2. If 1 is satisfied, we check the forecast line. The line must show that the uptrend will continue. 3. Check the SSL hybrid indicator. The candlestick color must be blue. That shows we are currently in an uptrend. 4. Now check volume oscillator. If there is enough volume, the line is above the zero line and that's desired. Okay, before entering into the position, we will first need to make sure that the forecast line won't hit the stop loss before it hits the take profit. Then we use long position tool to map out the entry. We will put the stop loss at the recent swing low. Now we set a 1.5 times risk to reward ratio. As you can see, according to the forecast, the take profit will be hit before the stop loss is hit. Then it was right point to enter into the position. Come with me to show you an important point. In this chart, you can see that price is touching the top of the forecast window. We also see that the forecast is indicating that the price will continue in an uptrend. As you see, the bar color is blue. This means that the condition for the SSL indicator have been met. Lastly, we take a look at the volume oscillator. We see that the volume line is above the zero line. This means that all of the conditions have been met. However, we won't enter into the position. If we map out the trade and put the stop loss at the recent swing low and set a 1.5 times risk to reward, we can see the stop loss will be hit before the take profit is hit according to the forecast. Then we don't enter into the position. Well, now see what to do with the sell position. 1. Check the candlestick to be touching the bottom of the forecast window. 2. The forecast line should be downwards, means the downtrend will continue. 3. The candlestick color should be red, then SSL hybrid conditions have been met. 4. For the volume oscillator, the volume line should be above the zero line. 5. Well, as you saw, all of the conditions have been met. Now let's map out the trade to make sure that we won't get stopped out based on the forecast line. We set the stop loss at the recent swing high, and for the take profit, take a 1.5 times risk to reward ratio. As you can see, our stop loss won't be hit before the take profit is hit. So let's actually enter into the trade and enjoy the results. Goodbye.